So how do you think they have to deal with this kind of attitude / environment?
Boy, you ask a really hard question, but it's the right hard question. So this depends on what context we were in. So I'm going to design one context here. I don't have a lot of trading capital. I have to make money. My father doesn't respect me. I'm going to show him that I can do this. I'm going to show everybody I'm going to be able to buy a big house and a fancy car. I'm going to prove this to myself. And so, oh my God, it's turning around. I'm going to give away my profits. I've got to prove to everyone that I can do this. Oh my God. Okay, so then I get out of the trade. So that's one context. And the context is what we call a hole in the heart, that we need trading to prove something to everybody else and to ourselves that we're worthy. So from that context, can we act rationally and statistically? No.
My good.
So here's another context. Trading is a statistical game. I'm a master trader. I know that I'm going to lose 60% of the trades that I make. The 40% I do make, they've got a 4-to-1 or 5-to-1 win ratio. I am going to lose maybe 4, 5, 10 trades in a row. Sometimes when the market shifts its mood and its character and it doesn't match my system. And that's okay. I'm going to have some downtrends. I'm okay as a person. I don't need the markets to make me okay. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. And every time I make a trade according to my system, I know that statistically it's profitable, even though this particular trade may not be. So what I do is I figure out what on the average every trade makes. Even winners and losers, I put them together. And so let's say every trade makes on average $1,000. So it doesn't matter if this trade loses money because I know it's part of the statistical edge I have. Mm-hmm. So every time I make a trade according to my system, I make $1,000. Now, we all know that our brain delivers more pain for a loss than an equivalent gain. That's shown neurologically, and we know that. So if, in fact, what we call is lousy and lucrative trades, a lousy trade is that impulse trade in the first context where we're trying to prove something, we need to make money, we're fearful, we're panicking, whatever that context is, that is a lousy trade. A lucrative trade, on the other hand, whether it makes money or not, that's not the issue, is did we follow our plan? Is it according to even an intuitive play that we have? And if that is, then we know that it's profitable, whether that specific trade makes money or not. So we call that a lucrative trade, and we know how much on average it'll make. So we take away the sting of loss by looking at it as a lucrative trade.
Awesome, awesome. But you mentioned something here. You said, you mentioned about the plan. And we see traders, they get into the markets without a plan, a trading plan. Maybe they have a plan to build a fortune, Maybe they have a plan to make one call and retire. These impulsive emotional thoughts.
Yes.
Maybe they have any plan, but when it comes to actual trading, they don't have an edge they trust. And I believe that's why they just act impulsively and they just jump, let's say, from a tree to a tree, from a branch to a branch. Today I'm a reversal trader, tomorrow I'm a Bollinger Band trader, after tomorrow I'm a moving average trader, support, resistance, candlestick pattern, and so on and so forth. So what do you encourage this majority part of the of traders?
Yeah, we have an illustration called the confidence circle. So new traders start the circle with magical thinking. And oh my gosh, I can go into this, make a lot of money, fulfill my dreams, become financially secure, have personal freedom, trade from the beach and all that. Magical thinking. Then, of course, sometimes it works. In fact, the worst thing a new trader I hired, the worst thing that could happen to him is the first few days he'd make money or she would make money. But so the next thing is after they lose money is they are looking for a strategy. And they test and test strategy and start executing it. It makes money. So they have confidence in their strategy. And then, of course, the markets change its flavor. If you're tend to be a trend trader or a mean reversal trader, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So then you lose confidence in your strategy. You try multiple strategies. And then from there, you move to market mood awareness. And this is where we know that if you have a trending market, a trending crossover strategy is going to work. Duh. If you are a mean reversal trader and you're trading within a channel, it's going to work. Duh. Yeah. So the question is, what kind of market? So then you get good at looking at what the type of market, what strategy do I apply? And that's a real challenge. That's a big challenge, but certainly that's an improvement. And then finally, you get to the stage where I, as a master trader, can handle whatever is thrown at me. I am just here to have the market tell me what is going on. And I have confidence that I can sense changes, I can look at it, and I can react. I can take my losses easily. So there's a circle that most traders go through. And in the end is that master trader. So again, I think we talked about this earlier, is what is the master trader's mindset? Do you know what that is? Have you stepped into it? Have you felt it? And if you haven't visualized it and have concrete sense of what it is, your brain's not going to take you there. You're going to stay in this struggle. So that's why we have the visualization, a master trader's home. And in this visualization, it steps you into that just visceral experience. So you know where you're going, and your brain and your survival mechanisms and all the other issues can get in line and feel rapport in that state.
Wow. Wow. Question here. Many traders, they have the belief that a master trader is a multi-million-dollar trader. And I came across with this realization recently when I heard to become a great trader, not exactly the word master trader, but I like the way you pronounce it, that you need to have enormous amount of capital, and people, they don't understand that it's a way of thinking.
Oh boy, you just put your finger right on it. It's the way of thinking. It's a context. It's a belief about yourself. It is an awareness of the markets. It's allowing all things to come in. It's allowing yourself to make what was called mistakes, which are really just learning experiences without judgment. It's a whole context of mindset, market awareness. So in that context, I have professional traders who I coach. They handle hundreds of millions of dollars, and some of them still have the mindset very early in that confidence circle. The human brain is still the same. So what you're pointing out is so important, because it isn't whether you have the hundreds of millions of dollars and those opportunities, but it is whether you have $10,000 in your account or you're trading from a, I just dropped the word, where they give you the money and the rules to allow you to trade.
From a prop firm or
A
something.
prop firm, yes. Thank you. At my age, I keep dropping words. I'm going, oh. So if you're, or even in a prop firm. So the critical factor, Theo, you said is, the mindset. And that happens through every stage, all the way to being a professional trader with hundreds of millions.
Wow. So first is the realization, the awareness, and then you help people to build up and scale up and moving until they trade with a free state of, with a freedom, let's say, within an emotional freedom.
Yes. And that emotional freedom, what's interesting about trading, as you have that emotional freedom, you step into the master trader's mindset, you have a strategy that is consistent over the large sample size. The most incredible thing is, as you increase your size, you increase your risk, you still run into psychological issues and mindset issues. So it's not like there's this journey in a train where you start here and you get there. It's just continuous. And that's everyone says, oh no, but I'm saying that's the beautiful thing about trading.
Yep.
Is that, in fact, I have traders that say, after working with us, they'll say, we started out as trading. I realized that's not for me, but our work has changed my life with my family, my wife, my career. And so, because the same mental principles apply. And the nice thing about trading is it concentrates them. Bang! It gives you instant feedback. It's not like I'm going to choose a career and 3 years later I find out. If this is on a daily basis. So I think trading is not only one of the most challenging careers you can choose, but one of the best careers you can choose because it gives you the feedback and allows you to test your mental game continuously.
Absolutely. The reason I'm smiling, and because you took me now back into my past, and it was like maybe the 7th month I was trading and I got into a prop firm account. And at that stage is when I started going into the path of the trader's mindset and psychology. Mm-hmm. And then I discovered how my beliefs, they were blocking me after exercises and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep. How my beliefs and what I thought, and it was deep inside my mind, that they were blocking me from moving to the next step and to the next step. And it's so true. And thank you so much for sharing with everyone, because I'm sure people, and I see comments coming in, and I read the comments, okay, and at the end it comes down to what you just describing from the beginning, and that's very very huge. And thanks for sharing that. Now, a question is, okay, how do I know when to let my profits run and when to cut my losses short?
Of course, I can tell you the answer to that one. That's easy. I can give you a rule for that. No.
Okay.
So that would depend on the system. The question is, what is your emotional state during that? And if your emotional state is fearful, I'm going to give up my profits. I got to get out early, even if my system says not to. Well, that is the real question. It's not when to get out, is what is your mental state while that's going on? If you're into looking statistically over the large sample size, you just follow the system. And even if, you give back half of your profits or all your profits, because that's what your system says is better long-term, that's, what you do. So the real question is, what is your mindset, and are you reacting emotionally? So I'm not going to give you the secret of when to stay in and when to get out.
Yeah. Exactly. So do you, what do you have to say to the people, like they pick up a direction in the market? Let's say they are long, they bought, and they make a mistake, a trading error, let's call it. It's not a personal mistake, because we don't identify who we are and with our results in trading to feel worthy or not. It's just a trading error to buy when you didn't realize that the trend was moving downwards, and you just bought a retracement and not a bounce and not a retracement. And then the market, it's just continue moving downwards in a downtrend. And at some point, a trader says, oh my God, I had enough. Want to get out of here. I cannot take it anymore. And then once they close the trade, they realize, oh my God, that was a downtrend. Why I couldn't see it? Why I was there for so long? What I was hoping for. So what do you suggest, or what do you think are the reasons behind this stuff?
Yeah, when I built a trading firm on the floor, if I made a mistake or one of my traders is, the rule was just get out. Because what happens is, if you're managing a mistake, you're missing opportunities. Your brain now downshifts into its survival mechanism. And in that survival mechanism, we start making decisions that no longer serve us. So a mistake, just get out. It's that simple. No problem at all. Man, I have made so many trading mistakes. After a while, it's like writing the wrong symbol on a ticket. Oh my gosh. Or sometimes on the trading floor, you'd have out trades where I thought I bought and he thought I sold and all that. Just a ton of mistakes. But you realize that they're just part of the business. You don't worry about them. You get out and you go on. And if you can look at it that way, because you don't want to manage a mistake and downshift into your survival mechanism. Oh my God, that's the worst thing you can do. Oh, made a mistake. Boom. I just joined an improv group, which is a theater group where you don't have scripts, you just act. And we have a whole thing around making mistakes. Is make a mistake, move on. Make a mistake, move on. And we have these exercises. And in fact, I'm writing a blog on how improv theater is actually a great training ground for traders, because it teaches you to make a decision fast and move on. Make a decision fast and move on.
And that's what traders need, right?
Yeah. But we hold on with hope, with fear, and oh my gosh. And when we get in that position, then the decisions we make are usually not optimal.
Yeah. Which one would you identify as I'm not going to say a major trading error, but something that it's on the top 5 on the list, and that's more common to people, they come to you, to traders? Which error do you think, or which mistake do you think?
Yeah, I've done a survey of thousands of traders. And
very interesting.
And the issue that is on the top 3 has to do with taking losses.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. We are so afraid of losing money that it just taking a loss and moving on is so challenging. So the pain of loss, I would say, drives many of the trading errors. And that's why dealing with the loss, we need to reframe our brain. So because it's such a primal, prehistoric part in the lower part of our brain back there that says, if you lose that deer, on the savannas of Africa, or if you lose that fight with a neighboring tribe, you're going to die. So as a result, our brain in that survival mechanism delivers a painful bit of loss. That's why we divide trades into lousy and lucrative. A lucrative trade is one where you follow the system. Bang, you statistically make money. So we avoid, it's kind of like a hack. We go around that pain of loss by redefining profit and loss into lucrative trades according to the system. When we're at the right mental attitude, we execute it, we allow it to play out, reach its target or stop. That's a lucrative trade. It's profitable because in the large sample size they are. A lousy trade is where we're trading emotionally, we cancel the stop, we take profits too soon. And once we get that in mind, well, then all of a sudden, the pain of a specific loss in a lucrative trade doesn't bother us anymore because it's lucrative.
Yeah. Wow. So the pain of losing money, does it has to do at any point with if a trade lost, am I a loser?
Oh boy.
Is it any kind of association? And maybe that's why traders, they behave that, because they take it as something happens to me personally.
Yeah, let's say you've got a job you don't like, it's not making the money you want, your spouse isn't happy with you, your dad doesn't respect you. I'm going to exaggerate here. And you say and you have a friend who's trading and making money. Oh my gosh, I can be a winner. I can do this. So in that situation where you need trading success to fill a whole bunch of other holes in your heart, then what you say is every tick against you, every loss is a referendum on that huge emotional dream. So as a result, it's very difficult then to trade rationally and statistically.
Wow.
So we repeat the same errors over and over again because of the depth of the survival mechanism of the dream and how deep it goes into our identity.